My dear friends, welcome to A1 Aptitude Academy. In today's video, we will see the syllabus of class 9 science subject. A video in Hindi has already been uploaded. If you are comfortable in Hindi, you can watch that video. In this video, we will use English language. So first of all, we see the pattern of the syllabus. So whole syllabus has been divided into 5 units and marks allocated to each unit have been displayed here. So as we can see, first unit is matter and 23 marks have been allocated to matter. So this unit belongs to chemistry. Second is organization in the living world. 20 marks have been allocated to this unit and this unit belongs to biology. Third unit is motion, force and work. 27 marks have been allocated to this unit and this unit belongs to physics. Then we have over environment. 6 marks have been allocated to over environment. This unit belongs to environment studies or you can say chemistry. Then last unit is food. So food production, 4 marks have been allocated to this unit. So we have total 80 marks and 20 marks are for internal assessment. So grand total is 100 marks. So this is the marks distribution scheme of the science subject class 9. Now we will see the details of the syllabus. So in unit 1, that is matter, structure and behavior, we have definition of matter. Okay, then matter can be categorized as solid, liquid and gases. Then characteristics, shape, volume, density, then change of state. All of these are physical properties. Then in change of state, we have different processes like melting, then we have freezing, then we have evaporation, then we have condensation. These are processes which change the state of matter. For example, in melting, change of matter is from solid to liquid, and in evaporation, change of matter is from liquid to gases. Now, second topic is nature of matter. So, in nature of matter, we have elements, then compounds, then mixtures. So, we have two types of mixtures here, heterogeneous and homogeneous mixtures. So, heterogeneous mixtures are non-uniform mixtures and homogeneous mixtures are uniform mixtures. Then we have colloids and suspensions. So, now what is colloid and what is suspension? Examples of colloids are blood, milk, and when we pass light through colloids, light is dispersed. And examples of suspension. Now example of suspension like liquid medicine. Liquid medicines are suspension. So basically there are three types of mix. So one is solution, second is colloids and third is suspension. And the normal question is asked, differentiate among solution, colloid and suspension. So next topic is particle nature. Particle nature and basic units. So here we discuss atoms, and molecules. First topic is atoms and molecules. Like hydrogen is an atom and H2 is a molecule. So molecules are formed by atom, combination of atoms. Now law of constant proportions. Okay, proportions you can understand from ratio and proportion. Then atomic and molecular masses. Atomic and molecular masses. Then mole concept. Then relationship of the mole to the mass of the particle. Now next topic is structure of the atoms. So here we can see the structure of atom involves electrons, protons, neutron, nucleus, orbits. These are involve structure of atoms. So for example, electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, and number of electrons, number of protons, number of neutrons, on the basis of which we determine atomic mass and atomic numbers. So is in this unit we will study the structure of atom. Now structure of atom involves electrons, protons and neutrons, orbits. Okay, electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, and atomic number and atomic mass are determined from the number of electrons, protons and neutrons. It also involves valency. Then chemical formula. Chemical formula of a substance is also determined with the help of this structure. So chemical formula of common compounds. For example, H2O. H2 is a chemical formula of water. Now next is isotopes and isobars. Now isotopes have same atomic number but different atomic masses. And isobars have same atomic mass and different atomic number. So examples of isotopes are hydrogen 1, hydrogen 2, hydrogen 3. Now hydrogen 1, hydrogen 2 and hydrogen 3 have same atomic number but different atomic mass. Hydrogen 1 has atomic mass of 1, hydrogen 2 has atomic mass of 2, hydrogen 3 has atomic mass of 3. Now examples of isobars are iron and nickel. Both iron and nickel have same atomic masses. but they have different atomic number because these are two different elements. Now we will see next unit. Unit number second is organization in the living world. Okay, this unit belongs to biology. So here first topic is cell, basic unit of life. As we had discussed in chemistry, atom as a basic unit. Here cell is a basic unit because we are discussing living beings. So cell as a basic unit of life. Then different types of cells. They have different types of cells or categorization of cells. Then organisms. Then terms associated with cell. For example, cell membrane. Then cell wall. Okay, these are all terms associated with cell. Cell inclusions. Okay, these are all terms associated with cells. Now next topic is here tissues. Cell was a basic unit. Tissues are formed with the help of cells. So tissues, then organs, then organ system and organisms. These four topics have been covered here. So first is structure and function of tissue. Structure and function of tissue in animal and plant. So as we know, both animals and plants are discussed in biology. So we will go side by side. So tissues in plants, tissues in elements have been discussed here. Okay. So next topic is biological diversity. Biological diversity. So as we see, all the animals and plants are different from each other. For example, different species are found: lion, human being, cat, dog, and in plants also mango tree, apple tree. Okay, so there is diversity in the nature. So diversity of plants and animals. This is the topic here. So basic issues in the scientific naming. We have large number of plants and large number of animals. So naming those plants and animals scientifically is a difficult process. So every plant and every animal has a scientific name. Now basis of classification, on the which basis we classify these animals and plants. Group formation, for example, hierarchy of the categories. Then groups. How can we divide in these plants and animals in groups on the basis of their characteristics? So major groups of plants first. So these are major groups of plants. You can see. Likewise, there are major groups of animals. Okay. Now next topic is health and diseases. So here we will discuss health and its failure. Diseases are caused by failure of health. So we will categorize the diseases: infectious and non-infectious diseases. Their causes. Why diseases are caused? Okay. There are different causes of diseases. Diseases are caused by these virus, bacteria, protozoa, for example. So there are four causes of diseases and their prevention. Causes and prevention of diseases. Then principle of treatment. When you fall ill, you go to a doctor and doctor prescribes some medicine. So generally doctor performs some test like blood test, urine test, on the basis of which he makes a decision. He recommends some medicine for you. So that is principle of treatment and prevention. Then pulse polio. This is a social issue, pulse polio. So social issues are very easy in science subject. These are types of essay you can write, scientific topics. Now next unit is from physics, motion, force and work. Motion, force and work. So here we will discuss first distance and displacement. Before studying this unit, I will advise to you to go through scalar and vector quantities. So scalars have only magnitude, vectors have magnitude and direction. So distance and displacement. Now what is the difference between distance and displacement? Distance is a scalar quantity, displacement is a vector quantity. Similarly, speed is a scalar quantity, velocity is a vector quantity. And what is velocity? Velocity is displacement per unit time. Now, we can categorize velocity as uniform and non-uniform. Okay, we can categorize motion also as uniform and non-uniform motion. So, uniform motion has same speed of velocity and non-uniform motion has different speed of velocity. So, along a straight line, uniform motion and non-uniform motion along a straight line. Now, what is acceleration? Acceleration is change of displacement per unit time. So acceleration generally increases the velocity. Deceleration decreases the velocity. So distance time and velocity time graphs. On x-axis we will take time and on y-axis we will take distance. Similarly, on x-axis we will take time and on y-axis we will take velocity. So we will study the behavior of distance and velocity with respect to time. So these are graphical representation for uniform motion and uniformly accelerated motion. So in first case we have constant velocity. In second case we have constant acceleration. Now derivation of the equation from the graphical method. Now next is elementary idea of uniform circular motion. Here we had studied motion along a straight line. Now we have to study motion along circle. So next topic is force and Newton's law. Now force is a derived quantity. Force is derived from mass and acceleration. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. And Newton's third law, Newton's laws belong to forces. So Newton's law of motion. First law, second law, third law. There are three laws of Newton. Newton's law of motion. So force and motion are interrelated. When you apply a force, motion is produced. So Newton's laws of motion. Then motion, action and reaction. So action and reaction forces. So these forces will help you understanding Newton's third law of motion. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. So force of inertia, inertia of a body, I is equal to mk square. So it depends on m, mass. So inertia and mass, relationship between inertia and mass. Then momentum is equal to mass into velocity. So momentum depends on mass and velocity. Force depends on mass and acceleration. And force and acceleration. Then elementary idea of conservation of momentum. So momentum remains constant. Conservation of momentum means momentum remains constant. Now next topic is gravitation. So here we will study gravitation, universal law of gravitation. First topic is universal law of gravitation, then force of gravitation. So as we can see, any object on the earth is attracted by the earth's surface towards its center. This is called gravitational force. So all this phenomena is called gravitation. On moon we have 1/6 of the gravitation as compared to gravitation force on earth. So if we jump on moon, we will jump 6 times the height as compared to earth. So acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. So small g 9.81 meter per second square. This is acceleration due to gravity on earth. Then we have mass and weight. Difference between mass and weight. The amount of matter stored is mass. And what is weight? Weight is W is equal to m into g, mg. Okay. Mass into acceleration due to gravity. Next is free fall. So these are topics in gravitation. Now we will see flotation. So flotation belongs to floating. Now which types of object float in water? For example, so like wood, wood can float, okay, or areas which have more areas and less weight can float in the water. Based on this phenomena, we have Archimedes principle. So Archimedes principle will tell which object will float and which object will not float. What is the principle of flotation? So we have buoyancy, then we have elementary idea of the relative density. Now what is density? Density is mass per unit volume. And what is the relative density? Relative density is a comparison of density of a substance with respect to a pre-selected substance. Now your work is to find out the pre-selected substance. Now next topic is work, energy and power. So we have three terms: work, energy and power. And now what is work? Work is force into displacement. And what is energy? Energy is capacity to do work. And power is energy consumed per unit time is power. So there are three terms. Now work done by a force. So work is done by a force. And force produces some displacement. So both combination of force and displacement is work. Now energy can be categorized as kinetic energy and potential energy. Kinetic energy is due to velocity and its formula is half mv square. So kinetic energy depends on mass and velocity. Now potential energy is due to position of a body. For example, if we can take a ball on the first fifth story and we can drop it, then it will have some energy. That energy is due to its potential energy, and formula of potential energy is mgh. So potential energy depends on m mass, g acceleration due to gravity, and h height. Then law of conservation of energy. So law of conservation of energy states that energy remains constant. Now next topic is sound. Now what is sound? Sound is a form of energy. Now nature of sound, then its propagation, how sound can travel in different media, that is propagation of sound. So in various media, speed of sound will be more in water or less in water as compared to air. So that is speed of sound. So you can see the table of speed of sound in different media, you will get the idea. Then range of hearing. So overhearing depends on our ears. So what is the range of hearing? Now all the animals have different range of hearing. For example, dogs have better hearing range as compared to human being. So next is ultrasounds. So ultrasound is a form of sound generally used in disease in human body. For example, we can check the well-being of a child before pregnancy or during pregnancy, sorry, during pregnancy. Then next is reflection of sound. Reflection of sound, echo, you have seen in movies, reflection of sound and echo. Then sonar. Sonar is based on reflection of sound and echo. It is used for different types of measurements. Then structure of the human ear. So here only association with the sound. What is our auditory system? Next unit is our environment. So our environment. So environment issues are very common nowadays due to pollution. So first of all, we will focus on the physical resources. So in physical resources we have air, water, soil, then air for respiratory, air for respiration, then for combustion, air used for respiration and combustion, then for moderating temperatures. Air is also used for moderating temperatures. These are uses of air. Then movement of air and its role in bringing rains. Without movement of air, there will be no rain. So, next is air, water, and soil pollution. This is very important topic. Pollution. Environment studies are basically taught due to pollution, increasing level of pollution. So, next, a particular topic is hole in ozone layer. Holes in ozone layer. Holes in ozone layer are generally caused by AC and refrigerator gases. Refrigerant gases are the main reasons for ozone layer depletion. And ozone layer saves us from ultraviolet rays of sun. Now, next is biogeochemical cycles in nature. So here we have water cycle, oxygen cycle, then carbon cycle, then nitrogen cycle. So I will give you a brief idea of water cycle. So as water is evaporated from sea and river due to heat of sun. So these vapors store in the form of clouds, and these clouds move from one place to other place due to transportation of wind or air. Then rain is caused due to condensation of clouds. Okay, water stored in the clouds are condensed and fall on the earth. This water is again transported to sea in the form of rivers. So this is a complete cycle, and this cycle is called water cycle. This is a brief idea of water cycle. Likewise, you can study the oxygen cycle, then carbon cycle, then nitrogen cycle. So four cycles are in your syllabus. Now next is food and its production. So food can be categorized as vegetarian and non-vegetarian food. So we get food from plants and animals. Vegetarian people generally consume plants and non-vegetarian people consume animals. So first is plants and animals breeding. So for improvement of quality of food, we do breeding and then selection for the quality. Okay. For example, we have improved the quality of tomato. Then we have improved the quality of cow. Okay, to get more milk. Then use of fertilizers. So fertilizers increase the production of crops. And then manures. Then protection from the pests. So for protection from the pests, we use pesticides. But pesticides are very harmful for human beings. So generally, now most stress is given to organic farming. So organic farming don't have any pesticides or organic pesticides. For example, neem. So this is a very important topic, organic farming. So with this, we come to an end of the syllabus of science. If you are comfortable in Hindi, you can watch the Hindi video also. We have covered all the subjects. You can see other subjects video also. For example, mathematics, Hindi, social studies, English. If you like the video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button, and we will certainly meet in next video.